What's up everybody, welcome to the channel, back to DJing. Today we're going to look at how to turn your beginner DJ controller into a more professional setup by adding a mixer on the side. So stay tuned and we'll get right into it. So if you saw my last video about the DDJ-RR, the review on it, you know that I consider a controller to step up into the more professional level when it has XLRs on the back for the outputs. And the problem with most beginner DJ controllers is usually they have RCA outs. And that's fine for in the bedroom if you're just hooking up to your home stereo in your bedroom or whatever. But in a more professional setup, you're hooking up to powered speakers, and most often they have XLR inputs, maybe 1/4 inch as well. But regardless, in a more professional setup, you want to have the ability to run your speakers a little bit farther if you have to, and that includes using XLRs. RCAs just aren't meant to run a long distance like XLRs are. So by adding an external mixer such as this one, the Yamaha MG06, as you can see, it has XLRs at the top here, and that way you can run a set of RCA cables from your DJ controller, your beginner DJ controller, to the mixer, which is just fine because a short run like this is no problem for RCA. You'll get good sound quality with just that. So that's okay to just have the RCA run from your controller to your mixer. And then what you do is plug the XLRs into your mixer. And then you can run your XLRs to your powered speakers. So that gives you the ability to spread your speakers out a little bit if you need to, without the chance of picking up interference over an RCA cable. And then, I actually plugged these into the wrong spot. And then you can take your mic, XLR again, and plug that into one of the inputs, into the mic input, and into your mic. That way you'll have nice solid sound quality from your mic too, because DJ controllers are notoriously horrible when it comes to mic preamps. And the DDJ-RB, like this one, is no exception. I tried to use its mic input and it was such a pain just to get to sound decent. So this way you have nice preamps in your external mixer, a nice quality mic. Your beginner DJ controller can work just like a professional one, and you still have another input for your wireless mic if you need it, and you have another input for an emergency backup such as your cell phone, and you have a couple extra outputs as well for the photographer. If they want to get a hold of some of your output, you can do that. So yeah, it works as a good backup as far as having your backup supply for music. It improves your sound quality over the RCAs and with your mic. And it gives you a lot more functionality in that you can adjust all your EQs for your mics, and you can adjust your levels independently for your controller and your mic, and for whatever other input you might have plugged in here. If you have a bit bigger mixer, it gives you more options, but I think this one is a perfect size. Some people go with the one size up mixer. I think it's the MG10, and for me that's a little bit overkill. I think the MG06 is just perfect. So there you have it. That's how you turn your beginner DJ controller into a more professional setup if you happen to start gigging before you're ready to upgrade to a more professional controller. You're still covered just by picking up an external mixer on the side. And another plus to that is when you do upgrade to a better controller, you'll still use this mixer, I guarantee it, because you'll get used to having your mic set up on there and all the options as far as inputs and outputs. And the sound quality gives you a little more headroom as well. So I always recommend having an external mixer on the side no matter what controller you're running. So By upgrading to this, you're future-proofing yourself, you're making your setup more professional, and you don't necessarily have to upgrade your DJ controller right away then. You can hold off on that and still have a really good setup. So there you go. If you found some value, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.